Welcome to Verba English. Learn and enjoy.
One introduction. This is a story about two men. Many people around the world know these two men. Their names are Donald Trump and Elon Musk. One man is a very famous businessman. He has big companies. The other man is a politician. He is the president of a big country. For some time, these two men were friends. People saw them together. They seemed to have a good relationship. The businessman, Elon Musk, helped the politician, Donald Trump. He gave him support. He gave him money. This support was important for the politician. Donald Trump is now the president again. This is his second time to be the president. Many people thought he would not be president again, but he won the election. Elon Musk helped him in many ways. He talked about him in public. He used his online platform, X, to share ideas. He said good things about Donald Trump. After Donald Trump became president for the second time, Elon Musk worked with him. He had a job to help the government. This job was important. It showed that they were working together. They were a team. People thought their friendship was strong, but things changed. Now these two men are not friends, they are fighting. Their fight is not with hands, it is a fight with words. They say bad things about each other. They write these words online for everyone to read. This fight is very public. It started because they did not agree about something important. President Trump had a big plan. Elon Musk did not like this plan. He said it was not good. He said it would cost too much money. This disagreement started the fight. This story will tell you about these two men. It will tell you about their time as friends. It will tell you about how the friendship ended. It will tell you about their fight. It is a story about power and words. It shows how relationships can change, even for very famous people. It is the story of Donald Trump and Elon Musk and their big public fight. 2. Old friends. Elon Musk had different ideas about politics before 2024. He said for many years that he voted for people from the Democratic Party. For example, in 2016, he voted for Hillary Clinton. Later, in 2020, he voted for Joe Biden. He did not support Donald Trump for president in these years. This was before he gave a lot of money to help Donald Trump become president again in 2024. When Donald Trump was president for the first time, from 2017 to 2021, Elon did not always agree with his plans and decisions. A very important decision was about a big world agreement. This agreement was called the Paris Climate Accord. Many countries in the world agreed to work together to stop bad changes to the Earth's weather. President Trump decided that the United States would leave this agreement. Elon Musk thought this was a bad idea. He cares about the environment and future technology. Because he disagreed with President Trump on this and other important things, Elon decided to stop working with the government on two groups. These groups were like teams that gave ideas and help to the president on business and jobs. But Elon left these teams. This action showed that he did not fully support President Trump's actions at that time. They had different ideas about important things for the country and the world. Their disagreements became very public in 2022. President Trump said some strong and bad things about Elon Musk. He used a bad name for Elon in public. He also said that Elon had told him privately that he voted for him. But Elon Musk said this was not true. Elon Musk answered President Trump in public on the internet. He wrote that he did not hate President Trump as a person, but he also wrote that he thought President Trump was too old to be president again in the future. Elon wrote that he believed it was time for Trump to stop working in politics and take a rest. He used the words, "hang up his hat and sail into the sunset." These words were not kind or friendly. So, during this time, around 2022, Elon and Trump said hard words about each other. They did not seem like friends. They had different ideas about politics and the future. They spoke against each other in public places like the internet. Their relationship was not good then. They were not close friends at all during this period. People saw that they did not agree and sometimes said mean things about one another. This was how things were between them before 2024. They were not old friends then. They were people who disagreed strongly and spoke against each other publicly. 3. A new friend. Elon Musk's feelings about Donald Trump changed very much. Before, they had many disagreements. They even said bad words about each other. But in 2024, Elon started to like Trump more. It was a big change from the past. Elon decided to give a lot of help to Trump's effort to become president again. The biggest help was money. Elon gave a very large amount of money. He became the person who gave the most money to the Republican political campaigns. He gave almost $300 million. This was a huge amount of money. He even started a special group called a super PAC to give money to help Trump. This showed how much he wanted Trump to win. Elon also showed his support in public. He used his social media site X to say good things about Trump. He told everyone that he supported President Trump. He wrote posts that many people read. Elon and Trump also talked together publicly. Elon had an interview with Trump on X. They talked online for a long time. Many people watched them. The talk was similar to the things Trump usually said when he was asking people for votes. Elon also went to Trump's big campaign meetings. He spoke to the people at rallies. He went to rallies in places like Butler, Pennsylvania, and in New York City. He wore a special hat that showed support for Trump. At one meeting, he even called himself Dark MAGA. He told the people there that this election was very important for the country. Elon used his social media and his name to help Trump. He helped Trump talk to many voters. On the night of the election, Elon was with Trump in Florida. After Trump won, Elon wrote a message online. He posted a picture and said it was morning in America again. Trump also thanked Elon when he gave his speech after winning. He said Elon was a star. All these things that Elon did were a big help for Trump. Giving money, speaking at meetings, talking on X, and being with Trump on election night helped Trump a lot. Elon was a key person in helping Donald Trump become president again. It seemed their friendship was very strong now. This was a new time for both men. 4. Working together. Donald Trump became the president again. Many people were happy about this. Elon Musk was one of those people. He showed his support for President Trump. He was with President Trump on the night of the election. They were in Florida. It was a happy time for them. After the election, President Trump spoke to the country. He thanked many people who helped him. He spoke about Elon Musk. President Trump said Elon was a star. This showed that they were working together and were good friends. Soon, President Trump gave Elon a very important task. This task was about the government. President Trump wanted to make the government work better. He wanted to make it more efficient. This means doing things in a good way and not wasting money. Elon Musk agreed to help with this task. He joined a group that would look at the government. The idea was to find ways to save money for the country. They wanted to make the government smaller and work faster. Elon and the group had many big ideas. These were plans for very big changes. One idea was to make the number of people working for the government much smaller. They talked about cutting many jobs, maybe 3/4 of the jobs. They also wanted to cut a lot of money from the government budget. They talked about cutting $2 trillion. This is a very, very large amount of money. Their goal was to spend much less public money. Another big idea was to stop some government groups completely. They thought some parts of the government were not needed. By stopping these groups, they believed they could save more money and make the government simpler. So, President Trump and Elon Musk began to work together on this big task. They had a plan to change the government a lot. They shared these big ideas with others. It seemed like a strong team, ready to make the government very different and maybe better in their view. This was the start of their work together on a big project for the country. 5. In the White House, Elon went to a big party. It was a party for President Trump's start. Many important people were there. Elon was one of them. It was a happy time for the president and his friends. After the party, Elon got a job. It was a special job with the president. He would work in the White House or close to it. This job was different. Elon did not take any money for it. He worked for free. He wanted to help the government. The job was about making the government work better. They called this group DOGE. It stood for Department of Government Efficiency. This was not a normal part of the government. It was a new group to look at how things worked. Elon was the main person for DOGE. He was like the leader. He was the face of this group. People saw him working with the president on these ideas. They wanted to find ways to save money and make things faster. But this special job had a time limit. Elon could not stay forever. He could only do this job for about 130 days. That means he had only a few months to work on these big ideas. He had a short time to make a difference. So, Elon started his work. He had big plans for DOGE. He worked closely with the president and other people. He used his time to try and change how the government worked. He was busy in his new role. Everyone watched to see what he would do in his short time in the White House. 6. Leaving the job, Elon Musk stopped his special job working for President Trump. It was in the month of May in the year 2025. He said his time for this work was finished. He had a special rule for this job. He could only work for a limited number of days. This limit was 130 working days. When those 130 days were finished, Elon announced that his time was over. He decided to leave his position working with the government. President Trump spoke about Elon's departure. He held a meeting with people who write the news. At this meeting, he said many good things about Elon Musk. He told everyone that Elon was a very smart man. President Trump said Elon was one of the greatest leaders in business and one of the best at making new things in the world. These words from President Trump were very positive and friendly towards Elon. When people heard President Trump say these nice things, They thought that the two men were still very good friends. People had seen them together over the past months. They saw Elon helping President Trump and being part of his team. Now, they heard the president speak so kindly about Elon. Because of this, most people believed that their friendship was strong and would continue even though Elon was leaving his job. The public did not expect any problems to start between them. They thought the time for working together closely was finished, but that the friendship itself was not over. Elon had worked for several months. His work was about giving ideas to make things in the government better and more efficient. He had this specific task for a set period of time. Now, that period had ended. He was no longer part of the president's team inside the government buildings. The public saw the positive words from President Trump and Elon's quiet announcement that his time was up. They believed the friendship was fine. They thought maybe they would still talk and work together sometimes, but not in a formal government role. However, things in relationships can change very quickly. Even when friends seem very close, disagreements can start. A big change was going to happen between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump. This change would show everyone that their relationship was not as simple or as strong as it looked to the public. The time of friendship and working together was coming to an end. A new time was starting for them. This new time would be very different from the past months. It would not be about helping each other or saying nice things. It would be about something else entirely. It would be a surprise for many people who thought they knew about the friendship between these two powerful men. The next part of their story was about to begin, and it was not friendly at all. 7. The big fight starts. President Trump had a new big plan for the country. This plan was a very large bill. It had many of his main ideas for things he wanted to do in the United States. It was called the Big Beautiful Bill. President Trump thought it was a very good plan. But Elon Musk did not think the plan was good. He looked at the plan and did not like it. Elon thought the plan would cost too much money. He said it would make the country's debt grow. He also said it would stop the good work he did before to save money in the government. Elon talked against the plan. This was the start of problems between the two men. Before this, they seemed like good friends. They worked together and Elon helped President Trump. But now they did not agree. They began to say small bad things about each other. The argument started small, but it grew bigger. President Trump used his online page to talk about Elon. He said Elon was difficult to work with. He wrote that he asked Elon to leave his job. He also said he stopped a rule that made people buy electric cars. This rule helped Elon's car company. President Trump said Elon became very angry about this. Elon used his online page X to answer President Trump. He wrote that without his help, President Trump would not be president now. He said he helped President Trump win the election. Elon even shared a message from another person that said President Trump should not be president anymore. Elon wrote yes under this message, showing he agreed. The words between them became harder and harder. It was not just a small disagreement anymore. It was starting to be a big fight. People who saw them as friends were surprised. The fight was happening in public for everyone to see. They were using their social media pages to say bad things about each other. The friendly time was ending. 8. No more friends. The big disagreement over the bill got worse. It stopped being about the bill, it became a fight between the two men. This fight was very public. President Trump was very angry. He wrote on his website, Truth Social. He wrote bad things about Elon. He said Elon was difficult and that he told Elon to leave his job. Trump also wrote a big threat. He said he would stop giving billions of dollars from the government to Elon's companies, like Tesla and SpaceX. This money is important for these companies. It was a big threat from the president. Elon was also very angry. He wrote many messages on X, his online site. He wrote bad things about President Trump. Elon said that Trump won the election because of him. He wrote that without his help, Trump would have lost. He wrote that if Trump lost, the other party would have control of the government. This showed he thought his help was very important. Someone else wrote online that President Trump should leave his job early. This is called impeachment. Elon saw this message on X. He wrote "yes" under it. This meant Elon thought President Trump should be impeached. This was a very strong thing to say in public. Before this fight, they seemed like good friends. They worked together on big ideas for the government. Elon helped Trump a lot with money and online support. But now they fought in public for everyone to see. They used their online sites to say very bad things about each other. This big fight meant their friendship was over. Their time working together and being friends ended. It was the end of their alliance that lasted longer than many people thought it would. They were not friends anymore. The public fight showed that their relationship changed a lot. It started friendly, became very close, and then ended badly with public words. The disagreement over the bill was the last thing. It made their private problems public. They hurt each other with words online. This chapter is about the end of their friendship, the end of their alliance.